Yeah. Well, all right, y'all. What I need for everybody to do is get up and bring your energy, because it's time to start the Sandra Show!
Yes! Hello, everyone, and happy Monday, y'all! How you doing? Listen, y'all make some noise up in here.
Yeah.
You're watching the Sandra Show, and y'all, we
do it.
are kicking off the week with good vibes. Good vibes, good vibes.
Hey.
Big laughs and a whole lot of inspiration. So whether you're chasing dreams, sipping your coffee, or just trying to make it through the day, y'all remember this. You've got purpose, you've got power, and you've got us to cheer you on.
Yeah.
So y'all go ahead and get all comfy.
Okay,
Yeah.
Grab your bubbly beverage, and let's get this show started. Let's get it started. Woo! All right, y'all, it's time for We the People, where the tea is hot, the headlines are wild, and we say exactly what you're thinking. So let's get into We the People. Oh, Lord. Yes. All right, this first story, let's move on. Y'all, Sean Kingston. Sean Kingston is officially in federal custody after failing to cough up his $100,000 bond. Y'all, he showed up to court thinking that he may walk out. But the judge said otherwise. Unfortunately.
Been a while.
Kingston, wow, right? Kingston and his mom were found guilty of running a high-end scam using his celebrity status to finesse jewelers, car dealers, and electronics vendors out of over $1 million worth of goods. Yes, he did. When I tell you, we can't believe it either. So we're talking a bulletproof Escalade, custom jewelry, and a 232-inch
Of course,
LED
the
TV.
I remember the TV story.
Y'all think y'all was flexing with 75 inches. Imagine 232. Y'all, the receipts were fake. The promises were fake. And now he's facing up to 20 years per count. So sentencing is set for July 11th. And until then, he's sitting behind bars with the U.S. Marshals. When I tell you, that is something else. What y'all got to say about Sean Kingston?
Sis.
They ain't going to let him out, child. Just keep on
Sis.
playing it because he's going to stand there as long as you play it.
Sis.
What?
Now, I'm all for respecting mamas. I respect everybody mama.
Yes, me
But
too.
him and his mama need to be shaming themselves.
I mean,
Shaming
I'm
themselves.
not mad at that statement.
Remember we was talking about stealing TVs with them, like Rent-A-Center, like a year ago.
Yes, we did
I
talk
remember
about
that.
that.
That's
You
right.
remember? And he completely denied all of it. They were like, they didn't do it.
Stop lying, bro.
But dang, y'all really did it. Like over $1 million worth of doing it.
How do you buy
Anyway.
a bulletproof car and then don't pay?
I don't
They
know.
look like they don't know it's you.
I mean, I don't know who orders this kind of stuff and think nobody's gonna know that you didn't pay the bill. We got an audience member here that's just totally like, exactly, right? I don't know how they doing it. Y'all, let's move on to this next story because this is absolutely cray-cray. So y'all know that there was an innocent person that was deported to El Salvador.
Okay.
So the El Salvador president, Nayib Bukele, just made it clear that he's not sending back Kilmar Abrego Garcia to the U.S., even though he was wrongly deported.
How he was wrong?
I don't know. Well, this is what happened. There was due process that was supposed to happen. The judge said to the Trump administration, no, you cannot send them on that plane. And they didn't stop the plane. They let the plane continue to El Salvador. And there was at least one person on there that was a legal person in the United States of America. So he was a Maryland resident and was deported under questionable circumstances. But the president of El Salvador is not budging. When asked about undoing the deportation, he straight up laughed it off, saying, what do you expect me to do? Smuggle him back in? I mean, even though the United States admitted there's no legal way to force El Salvador to comply, it would seem like since they know this person was accidentally deported, that they would let him come back. So no, Garcia is now stuck in limbo, caught in a tug of war between two governments, and none of it was his fault.
Wow.
None.
Wow, that's wild.
I don't even know what the president is talking about from El Salvador, saying that he's going to smuggle him back in. You don't need to.
Yeah,
the U.S. can send a plane.
To go get him
the
back.
same way they sent them over there on that plane is the same way they can send a plane to get this man who's supposed to be over here. Now, I don't know what the courts are going to do about this, because that sounds like a problem.
It is.
But I've seen
It is a problem. I'm with you.
I've seen some comments online, right, saying that they wanted the president to come in the White House, the president from El Salvador,
Yes.
to come in and make that statement, so they can wash their hands and say, no, it's not us. It's his president that's not pushing it
No,
back.
they can
That's what
put
the people
pressure
are saying.
just like
People are
just
saying.
like we've retrieved people from Russia and did trades and all of that kind of stuff. If there's a will, there's a way.
But there's no
this
will
man
for me.
needs to be
I'm
back.
with you.
There's
Yes.
no will,
There's
yeah.
no will to start with.
There is no will.
Yes.
If we
It's
can bring
just a
Brittany
whole
Griner home,
bunch
we can
of
do this.
bureaucracy.
And the president of El Salvador is acting as if he's got a problem.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not going to send him back or make more. This is just
He's not going to
getting
send him back
weirder.
because what is he going to do? Smuggle him
Smuggle
back
back
in?
in, yeah.
This
There
is
is no
weirder.
smuggling. All you got to do is say, yes, we're releasing him. But a lot of people think that he's already been tortured and unalived.
Oh, my goodness. We need Brittany Griner's lawyer. That will take care of this.
What's the guy that went to Korea?
Yes, the president over there
Yeah, but
in
from
Korea.
North Korea?
Remember the white boy that
Yes, I
Yes,
remember.
yeah,
but
the
as
young
soon as they
student.
sent him back, he died.
he died. They
He
said
died.
that was
But
like-
you know what, y'all, we're going to move on from this story because the people are saying that this is not constitutional. Let's move on. All right, y'all. So Blue Origin sends an all-female crew to space this morning. They just made space history with its first
right, now.
all-female flight. And the lineup, y'all check out this lineup. Star-studded Katy Perry, Gayle King, Lauren Sanchez, and others took off from West Texas, riding a New Shepard rocket into suborbital space. This wasn't just a press stunt, y'all. These women trained for it, prepped for it, and pulled it off in style, because those suits they had on were fabulous.
I've seen it.
So Katy Perry even brought a daisy to honor her daughter and slipped a sneak peek of her new music mid-flight. That's an interesting way of promoting your music. And Gayle King called the experience thrilling and terrifying. A reminder that the space game isn't just for astronauts anymore. When I tell you, that was something else.
Miss Gayle just do anything in the world she wants to now.
Gayle is out there living her best life, but we were all very concerned for Gayle this morning because that look in her eye was like, oh, Lord Jesus. I'm
That's how she
locked
look on the
in and I
picture,
can't
too.
stop.
That's
But
how she look on that photo, too.
Yeah, you see that?
Like, I don't know what I'm getting myself
Y'all look
into.
at the photo. It looks like she's like, I don't know why I'm doing this. But anyway, they made it back safely. They were only there for 11 minutes. And they didn't like really go, what they say, completely out to another place. They were like in between Earth and somewhere else.
Oh,
so there was
okay.
like a dark place. Yes, yes. Thank you very much. We got a very smart audience
We
here.
call
Say
that,
that word again. They were in the stratosphere. That's what I call my high notes. They be in the stratosphere. Listen, let's move on to this next story, y'all. So, this is so sad. So, y'all, a New York helicopter company shut down after this helicopter crashed in the Hudson River. So after a horrific crash that killed 6 people, including 3 young kids, New York Helicopter Tours is shutting down immediately. Bam, over, done. So the FAA confirmed the chopper plunged into the Hudson River less than 20 minutes after takeoff, with video showing it went down with missing rotors and hit the water upside down. Y'all, the passengers were a family from Spain visiting New York City. Now the FAA and the NTSB are cracking down, reviewing the company's license and safety records. So the agency isn't playing around. This crash exposed serious flaws in sightseeing flight safety, and it's forcing a national reckoning. Ooh, that thing was scary to watch. Condolences to the families, friends, everyone that's impacted and affected by this crazy loss. It was just horrific to watch.
Yeah, the video's floating around online.
Yes.
I find it to be a little insensitive, and the people of New York have seen enough things flying through the sky.
When I tell you.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a lot, and it's so sad. It's so unfortunate. And these kids, I mean, they were very, very young, y'all. I don't think any of them were over 12. It was like 3 kids that were on board. And he was the president or vice president, something like that, of Siemens Corporation. Yes. And so another exec. So somebody's, I don't know if it's a conspiracy theory or what, but they're just like, what's going on with these executives? Now, they did identify the pilot as an ex-Navy SEAL. And it's really interesting because if anybody knows how to do what they do, y'all, the Navy SEAL know what they doing. So this sounds like it was just totally a malfunction in the plane. And we are just praying for everyone. And hopefully they will figure out what happened and it doesn't happen again. Listen, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. Don't y'all go nowhere because you know what? It just goes up from here. For the culture! Come on, y'all. Show. Thank y'all so much for joining us. We are doing our We the People, where we're sharing with you the hottest news, stories, everything that's going on that we the people care about, and we are voicing our opinion based on your feedback. So let's go to this next story, y'all. An ex-Louisiana State University star, Kyron Lacey, unfortunately died from a self-inflicted wound. Y'all, authorities confirmed former LSU standout Kyron Lacey died by suicide after a police chase in Texas. So officers say he fired a gun during a domestic incident, fled in a car, and eventually shot himself during the pursuit. Lacey had recently been charged in a separate fatal crash that unfortunately killed a 78-year-old man. He was also preparing for the 2025 NFL draft. He was one of the first draft picks. So his death is tragic and layered with unresolved issues, both legal and personal. This is so sad. First, I want to say, if there's anyone out there who was thinking, who even may be in the process of, y'all, please dial the suicide hotline. Just dial 988 and talk to someone. You'd be surprised how just sharing something that you're going through with an unbiased person can help you get through moments that are very challenging. I want you to be able to live and tell the story of how you got over. All right. So that's a really tough one, guys. All the one. NFL sport fans, did you guys know about Kyron Lacey?
Yeah, and this transcends just loving the game itself.
Right.
And I've seen, and we back to the people. All the people aren't good people. I've seen such insensitive things online.
True.
A young man lost his life. A young man took his own life, which is still all to the same. And you have NFL players sending out their condolences, namely Russell Wilson. And it's just my own time on X.
Yes.
Russell Wilson was sending out his condolences, and people in the comments from "It should have been you" and stuff like this. So I'm just speaking to the fact that it definitely transcends the game.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
So I'm glad that some other people ran and jumped and got this guy the best they could, got him together. Like, bro, this is not about a game. You don't know any of these people, and what does something like that gain? What do you gain for speaking like that when something like this is going on?
Nothing. I just think people are, like you said, it's a very insensitive time.
Yes.
And if there's any kind of leadership that you look after, I don't know if the leadership right now in this place that we're living in is leading the right way, if people are that insensitive to other humans. Now, I learned that he was the first-round draft pick. He was going to be a first-round draft pick, but that he was so devastated about this accident that it just made him lose.
Ate him up.
Yeah, it ate him up inside, and he was so worried about how it was going to go. He knew that his dream was already lost because of the accident, and he was preparing for this next move of his life. So he just probably felt like he had nothing else left to live for. But y'all, there is always something to live for. Things happen for a reason, and I do believe that God still has something for you. You can't make a decision to take yourself out of a game that you didn't even start.
Yeah.
Come on.
Very well spoken.
Yeah.
So, y'all, let's move on to this next story. Condolences to the family. Prayers up to everyone yet again involved in this tragic story. All right, y'all. So, Soulja Boy was ordered. We went from crying to the audience.
Order in the court.
So, Soulja Boy was ordered to pay $4 million. So then he goes on this vile rant.
Come on,
Soulja
Soulja.
Boy lost a civil case over sexual assault claims and now owes over $4 million in damages. But instead of staying quiet, he jumped on Instagram and launched a disgusting tirade against his accuser, questioning why anyone would want money for being sexually assaulted. Oh my God. So the jury clearly believed the evidence, threats, abuse, and a deeply disturbing pattern of violence. So Soulja's claims of financial strain might be real, But the backlash from this case is only just beginning. And with possible appeals on the horizon, y'all, this drama is far from over.
Wait.
Soulja Boy.
Sis, Soulja crying broke now?
Yeah, I guess.
Soulja don't never cry broke.
Well, he cried broke
Never.
today.
Come on.
Wait a minute. Didn't he go appear at a Trump event like back in January?
No, that I don't know.
Right?
But, I don't know, but Soulja,
And he was bragging
bro, was
about...
a braggadocious. Bro,
Yes.
Yes.
he the first rapper to do anything.
Yes.
He the first rapper to even rap.
Wow.
He the first rapper.
Really?
He the first rapper to. Come on now. Wow.
Stop
That's how he speaks, though. That's what he talks like that.
Oh, okay. So he's that kind of braggadocious.
Yeah.
So tell me a couple of songs that Soulja Boy did.
Oh, come on. Hot
Is
that.
that-
Hot
Crunk that Soulja
Crank that
Boy.
Soulja Boy. Hop
Is
up out
that-
of bed.
what's
Turn the
another
swag
song? What
on.
other song?
Come on.
Superman?
Kiss me
Took
through
a
the
look in the
phone.
mirror, say, "What's up?" Come on.
What's that? Kiss me through the phone? Come
And
on.
Kiss Me Through the Phone.
Yeah.
Yes. He's got a lot of hit songs.
Man, Soulja
And he
a
wrote those
businessman.
songs, so I don't know. They're saying like maybe you're not broke. But anyway, $4 million.
He broke today.
If I had to pay somebody $4 million, it would break my heart. But it doesn't mean you're broke. You know what I'm saying? So listen, y'all, let's move on because this story is crazy.
Oh, these your boys
Y'all,
right here.
y'all remember the Menendez brothers, right? So the Menendez brothers score a major legal win. After 30 years in prison, they just got a glimmer of hope. So a judge ruled that their resentencing hearings can move forward. Despite prosecutors trying to shut it down, y'all, Eric and Lau Menendez, who were convicted of killing their parents in 1989, can now be up for reduced sentences or even parole. That's right, I said it. So supporters say the brothers have shown remorse and growth, especially after new evidence surfaced alleging years of abuse in their home. So between a parole review and possible clemency from Governor Newsom, y'all, this story may not be over yet.
Order in the court.
May not be over. The Menendez brothers.
I remember you spoke of this story last year.
It
Yes.
was a movie.
Yes, we
No, I
watched
think
the
wasn't
the movie
movie.
came out, but we
Yes.
spoke about that here.
The movie.
It
We
is a
watched-
movie, but
Yes.
I think what was being said by the people,
Yes, the people.
Yeah.
I think this movie sparked a whole
Thank you,
other
bro.
conversation and
Thank
brought
you.
up some possible evidence.
It did.
Free my cuz.
But let me tell
Free
you
my
something.
cuz.
You know who else jumped in? Y'all know who else jumped in, right? Kim Kardashian jumped in, and she is
Attorney at
coming
law.
to their defense.
Yeah.
So what do you do when Kim jumps in?
Better pay attention.
Come on, man.
You better
Yo.
pay attention for one.
I remember I was a young man, about 7, 8 years old when this was going on in the news.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, hey, man, these boys crazy. Why? Just let everybody out there. Well, we need Kim Kardashian and a movie made about a Netflix
And just
special.
be an advocate for people who's on death row or
I got
whatever.
a
Just
few
get 'em off.
names. I got a few names
That's
to put in the
incredible.
hat. Come on
So
now.
you know their parents, their dad was a huge record exec. Y'all remember the group Menudo?
Yeah.
When Menudo says, move your hips like this.
Oh, he signed them?
Menudo, huh?
He signed them?
Yes.
Oh, with
It
Ricky
was
Martin.
One of the biggest
Ricky Martin's
deals,
in there.
yes, on
Yeah.
the planet.
Okay.
So their father was this huge figure in the entertainment industry, and they were saying
No, they
that he
crazy.
was molesting them at home.
That's what they
and
do.
Being this executive at work.
Now I kind of believe you now.
Now you understand?
That's what them executives do. I'm sorry to tell you.
And it's crazy because he tried to talk to his mom for a long time. I forget which one it was. And the mom would just act like she didn't see what was going on in the house every time he went to the son's room. So this
Okay.
is the movie, y'all. I saw the movie.
Come
I
on.
saw the movie.
Let me sit down.
When I tell you, it's very interesting. They say they even have letters of them writing to their family members saying that, hey, this is happening in our house. I'm not allowed to do this. Dad is doing this. Mom is turning her head. So let's see how this turns out, y'all. It's crazy. It's crazy. Let's move on to this next story, y'all, because this right here is totally unreal. So a woman in Australia just found out she gave birth to somebody else's baby after an IVF mix-up and didn't even know it until months later.
Oh my God.
Y'all want to know how she knows? Because the child looked nothing like her or the sperm donor. That's right. She's white. The donor's white. Y'all want to know what color the baby is?
Do we have to guess? Do we have to get...
Y'all want to know what color the baby is?
Come on, let it out.
The baby is black.
Let's say it loud.
And sis said, hold up, wait a minute. So it turns out Monash IVF, one of Australia's biggest fertility clinics, implanted the wrong embryo because what they're calling a human error. They're calling it a human error. Y'all, baby, y'all kidding me? Human error? What is this? Like fast food? Not when we're talking about creating actual human lives. I'm starting to think some of these doctors passed medical school with ChatGPT and a prayer.
You know it.
Now, I can't remember if it's Bill Gates or one of them. They said we won't even need medical doctors and all of that soon because you can just do it through computers and ChatGPT. So the woman ended up giving the baby back to the biological parents because she was told she'd lose in court. Now the whole clinic is under fire again after just paying out $35 million last year over another scandal involving destroyed embryos. Y'all, this is the end of the show, but it ain't the end of this story. Y'all come back tomorrow now. You hear? We'll see you at 7 p.m.
I like that.
Horticulture!
All right, y'all. Y'all, come on. Let's just scan that QR code at the bottom of your screen. Because we've got so much more exclusive content for y'all right here, only on the Sandra Show. Thanks for tuning in. This is the beautiful Omarosa set. And thank y'all for being our amazing guests. Until next time, we'll be right here waiting on you, only on the Sandra